Good morning, guys. Can you hear me? All right, great. You missed me? I missed you too, guys. I missed you too. I promise I missed you too, guys. Wait, no way. No way. Are they making fake Twitter accounts in my name? Oh, so it has begun. It was just a matter of time. I know a lot of traders have a lot of problems with that. With fake accounts. Oh, come on. What's yeah, what's the handle of the fake It's my Twitch? What do you mean my Twitch? I use the same handle everywhere. Oh, 2 E's in the end? Okay, let's see. Who the hell does these things? Really? Really? I'm blocked? Kinda funny. The fake account has apparently blocked me. Guys, can everyone like report this account at Kalamag with 2 E's in the end? It's a fake account. I'm gonna report this. Can everyone do this? Let's see. They're pretending to be me or someone else. Me. So it has begun. Yeah, thanks guys. The more people report him, the better. Make sure it's the one with the 2 E's in the end and not the one E. Yeah, I'm not short anything. I only have longs. I covered my last of TQQ and my last of Tesla yesterday, opening range highs, and yeah, Tesla is straight up. Tesla is up like 13-14% since I covered it yesterday. From my re-short, if you remember guys, I re-shorted here on Friday. Or actually, you don't remember because I haven't been streaming since Friday. But anyways, I re-shorted on Friday, and then I pretty much got out with a small loss yesterday. It never went lower again. And now we are back up near all-time highs. What an amazing stock. I guess I should have bought it. Doku I covered yesterday. Dude, this thing has a ADR of 2.3%. You shouldn't have Dare in your scans. You shouldn't even have it in your scans. There's a bunch of good long setups. I like PDD. Looks great on the daily. Looks great on the weekly. Look at where it is on the weekly. Look at this flag on the weekly. Imagine this is a daily chart. Okay? Imagine this is a daily chart. TME looks good. Also flagging on the weekly and the daily. This is a bit of slower name, so you know I'm gonna trade it, but you guys shouldn't trade it. It's a bit slower. Viva looks good. Flagging nicely on the weekly. I don't know why there's a big... Oh, it's a line. Okay. Preferably go sideways a bit more. CS, there's nothing here. Roku is gapping up on an analyst upgrade. It's looking good. Remember, pre-correction, this thing was one of the strongest stocks. Now it pulled back. Bounced twice off the 50-day. Livongo is bouncing twice off the 50-day. DT, this thing looks great on the weekly chart again. Look at how tight it's getting. Just surfing the 20 weekly. Just like PDD, it's surfing the 20 weekly. NCL. I'm not super excited about the cruise lines and airlines. They are getting tight, though. Etsy, kinda. Flat, probably needs more time. CrowdStrike, kinda. Probably needs more time. MDB also. It looks sloppy on the daily chart, but on the weekly chart, look at how tight it's getting. You see this? Like, these are great if you're position trading, right? Like I am a lot. It's getting tighter and tighter. UAL, another airline, really tight. But we'll see if I'm gonna trade any of those. Not super excited about those sectors. ESTC, if it can go sideways a bit more, would be nice. NET, no, I'm gonna pass on this one. AMD is a pass for now. Beely looks good. Probably needs to go sideways a bit more though. Yeah, well, JD, I got stopped out. Was it yesterday? No, wait. No, 2 days ago. I got stopped out 2 days ago on Friday, since it took out the previous day's lows after it closed below the 20-day, and now it looks like it's gonna resume its uptrend. Plug looks decent. Would be great if it can go sideways a bit more. Yeah, apps looks good. I like this one. Apps looks good. Someone mentioned it. Futuna. Too thin. Square is not tight, so I'm not really gonna do anything with that one. So the only thing I'm a little bit worried about is the Nasdaq is running up into the declining 20 and the declining 10. We could easily, the key is to see how it acts when it runs into these resistance areas. That will determine if this will be a dead cat bounce or the next leg up in the bull market. Same thing with the SPYs. So I'm, I'm cautiously optimistic. And as long, we get new setups, that's a good thing. The more setups we get, the higher the success rate will be for the markets. And I am thinking about maybe watching Tesla on the short side for a shorter term trade. It's up, what, 30% in 5 sessions? 1, 2, 3, yeah. 4 sessions, 4, 5. If I see a really tight setup, I'm gonna do a small size. This is not a conviction trade on the short side, absolutely not. I think it could have a little bit of a pullback, but it's more of a shorter term. It's more of a day trade type of a setup, I guess. But obviously it doesn't, this thing could go straight to 600 from here. I have no idea. Battery Day Tuesday? Yeah, okay, so it's gonna have a run up into that, I guess. Okay. So it's probably gonna have a run up into that. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I bought NIO yesterday. Bought 250,000 shares, opening range highs. So it's a pretty decent position. Pretty damn decent position. I don't trade using the weekly chart. I still trade using the daily chart 99% of the time. You still want to see a good setup on the daily and the weekly, preferably. Sometimes something doesn't look great on the daily, and then you look at the weekly and it looks perfect. So I kind of use both of the charts. The HCMP, I think this one broke out yesterday. Like bios were really strong. Like bios are leading this bounce. Biotechs are leading this bounce so far. Can you make a boat tour video? Yeah, I'm gonna get the boat, I think, on Tuesday, in a week. There's still some, paperwork and stuff to do. So I'm gonna get it. Then I'm gonna do the boat tour. TTGG. Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's a bit slower name, but the setup is looking good. Setup itself is good. It's getting really tight here. Yeah, it's a good setup. I like it. Again, a little bit slower and a thinner name, but that's fine. The most important thing is to identify setups, good setups. No, the boat test is gonna be next Sunday. I'm gonna do the study thing this weekend, and next Sunday is the examination. So I'm gonna have the boat for 5 days without being allowed to drive it. Yeah, LAC was very thin when I bought it back here in the 5s. In the mid 5s or high 5s, I don't remember, mid 5s. It's still thin, but yesterday it had a really big volume day. I don't know why. I didn't have any news. I've been too lazy to check it. I still have a full position, I think. I haven't sold a single share. It's a really tiny portion. It's like less than 1% of my total equity, because it's so thin. But this one, I'm not gonna sell it until it gets into the 40s or 50s. For me, this is a position trade, not a swing trade. Every 50%, I'm gonna sell, part. Yeah, because it was a good setup. That's, I guess, why they bought it. It's a good setup yesterday. I was thinking about adding another 10,000 shares, but then I'm like, nah, it's already too thin. All right, so DraftKings I bought last week. As you know, this thing is straight up. I think it had some news. midday yesterday it shot up 20% with high volume. I sold some. I still have most of my position. It's approaching $500,000 trade, so that's nice. LAC, this one I've been in for months. Chainug I rebought yesterday after getting stopped out on Friday. And same thing with Nugget. I bought them opening range highs. Oh shit, markets are open. Okay. Holy shit, there's a lot of alerts triggering. I hate days like this. Oh, Jesus Christ. So many alerts. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. I bought some Roku, breaking out with an analyst upgrade. So far it looks like it's failing. I also bought some Save. These airlines are very strong. Okay, let's see here. Things are calming down a little bit. Okay, Roku was really close at stopping me out. It was literally a few pennies from stopping me out. Whew. And now it's taking out highs for the day. That was a close one. So I bought some Save, Roku, and UAL. I wasn't really excited about the airlines, but man, they're so tight. Just breaking out of the weekly charts. And then we have AAL also, but this one I didn't do. Maybe I should have done this one also. Now this DT doesn't look much on the daily chart, but I think it could be a good like position trade type of entry. Plug looks good. Ooh. I'll buy a starter in Plug too. JD, when it reclaimed, when did it reclaim? Can you tell me when JD reclaimed? I don't do any alerts. This is not an alert service. Oh, you mean my TC2000? In TC2000 I put different types of alerts. Yeah, solar stocks are really strong. SCDG, well, it's kind of, bounced yesterday hard. EMPH, RUN, SPWR is kinda setting up. FSLR, I think. Yeah, this one is breaking out today. Oh, this one looks good. Very thin though. Citron has a 0 price target on NNOX. Okay. Zero price target. There you go. Flex. Where's the setup? There's no setup here. VSLR. Also, where's the setup? Guys, instead of putting random tickers, you should type. You see in the screen, you type exclamation mark about, and then you type exclamation mark YouTube. Don't even write anything in chat before you have done that and went through everything there. What are my stop losses? Yeah. Guys, again, what did I just say? Before writing anything, you type exclamation mark YouTube, exclamation mark. YouTube and watch my swing trading school videos. It's all there. Don't follow me in any trades. I'm here to show you setups. Square, yeah, square does look good. Pretty decent. It's very, very strong. LE, yeah, LE looks good too. A lot of breakouts today. Yesterday and today. Like everything is oh shit, Beely. Oh man, I need to buy some Beely. Or I don't need to, but I want to. How many? I just bought 35,000 shares. And to answer your questions, guys, on swing trades, the stop is almost always the lows of the day. But everyone should already know this. Unless you're new. The Zaps does look good. Hasn't triggered yet, but I don't think I'm gonna buy anything else. I bought a bunch of stuff yesterday. I also added to my Zillow position that I've been in for months and months. And today I bought Save and also UAL. Oh, now they're kind of fading. Man, I knew these airlines were duds. Why did I buy them? Shopify is trying to bounce off the rising 100 day. No, there was no stream yesterday. This app looks really good. It really does. A lot of good setups today. Like apps, this is a really good setup. FSLR, good setup. Net is a good setup. Bouncing off the rising 100 day, built higher lows and now it's going higher. Viva is a good setup. This is a slower type of a stock. Roku is a good setup. Plug is a good setup. DT is more of a position trading setup. DDOG, no, this is not a great setup. Square is a good setup. Beely. But you already knew that if you have watched my swing trading school videos. Now the question is, are they gonna have follow through? Oh, what happened to it? No, don't tell me all the gold and silver stocks are going to shit. Oh, come on. What the hell is going on? What happened? Wow, NIO. What a beast. And also Pinterest had kind of a breakout yesterday. Now it's following through today. TTD is breaking out too. This is not as obvious of a setup. So right now the markets are fading somewhat. Of course, after we got a bunch of good breakouts. That always sucks. Hey, who said trading is easy, right? And now we wait and see what holds up and what doesn't. Or actually, Nasdaq is keeps going higher. Never mind. I just saw small caps and SPYs fade a bit, and Dow Jones, but Nasdaq is steaming ahead. Groupon is a short setup. No, it's not. Maybe it was yesterday, but definitely not today. KLI. BA, I don't see a setup here. I think UAL, SAVE, and AAL had decent setups, but they're kind of fading now. All of them. CrowdStrike, yeah, it's on my watch list. It's about to trigger. Oh, I got stopped out of AGQ. What the fuck is that all about? Damn, such a random move. Nugget and Chainug are holding up better though. Gold is overall holding up better than silver. No, it's not. Never mind. Gold miners are holding up better than gold is, so that's a good sign. So miners are showing relative strength. That's very good. Wow, NIO. What a beast. What a beast. This thing broke out of a high tide flag yesterday. It was one of the stocks that showed the most relative strength during the correction. And yesterday it broke out of a tight candle. This is how it looked like. Like if you didn't identify this setup, if you didn't get excited about this setup on Friday, after you did your scans, your nightly scans, you're doing something wrong, okay? You need to study setups more. This is a high tide flag. You can clearly see, like if you compare to the Nasdaq or whatever index overall, this is what the Nasdaq looked like, right? And this thing looked like this. It had barely pulled back, or it did pull back a little bit, but it bounced perfectly off the rising 20, got really tight, and then it had a breakout yesterday. Yesterday opening range highs. That was the entry. Okay, I got stopped out of UAL. Probably gonna get stopped out of SAVE too. Damn airlines. Stupid. What's my opinion? Well, LAC had a good setup. That's my opinion. And that's what good setups are supposed to do. They're supposed to go higher. But I've been in this thing for months. I'm gonna be in for many months more, hopefully. Let's see, UAL, yeah, I got stopped out of this one. What a piece of shit. I knew I shouldn't have bought these things. Stupid airlines. Why be in the airlines when you can be in the software and internet names, right? And SAVE is probably gonna stop me out too. So what I'm worried a little bit is, you know, Nasdaq, we're just running into the declining 10-day. It's gonna be so important to see how we act there. Can I explain the setup in Beely? It's just a standard breakout type of a setup compared, also combined with. I mean, okay, I mean it's kind of maybe not that obvious, but it's in a high uptrend. It did pull back with this recent pullback in the markets, but it held a higher low, and now it's kind of breaking out of this little range. It's not a 5-star setup; it's more subtle. I also bought it here. Was kind of a similar setup like here, today. What's also it pulled back, held a higher low, and then it went higher. Now, you know, question is obviously, are we gonna get follow through this time around? I don't know. You gotta trade the setups. Or well, you don't have to trade the setups, but. Cruise lines, yeah, I think some, yeah, CCL, didn't this one do an offering? or something. RCL, how is this one doing? And NCLH, yeah. It's kind of funny how they all got rejected of the declining 150 day. You see this? NCLH couldn't break above it. RCL got rejected at a 200 day for now. And CCL also, 150 day. These moving averages work both ways. They work as support and they work as resistance on momentum stocks. Yeah, now things are starting to fade. Oh, FSLR. Oh, I don't like this, man. I don't like these fades at all. I do not like these fades. SPWR fading. I don't like these fades. Oh wow, apps opening range highs, guys. Straight up from opening range highs. I didn't do this one. It's a bit too thin for me. And I already bought a bunch of other stuff. Square straight up. Etsy looks like a bear flag. This thing is showing big weakness. So far hasn't been able to bounce at all with the markets. This is a bear flag. Tesla is weakening. LAC, it's because of fundamentals. There's an interesting backstory, and you know they're sitting on interesting assets. Starbucks, I don't even have to pull it up to know that this thing shouldn't be in your scans because of ADR, 2.2%. Guys, please, please, guys, please do me a favor. Please do me a favor. The white text that you see on the screen, there's only two things you have to do. Put exclamation mark about and exclamation mark YouTube, okay? You have to read at least the exclamation mark about. It's all there. Before posting anything in chat, you should go through those too. I'm just getting all the same questions over and over and over again. Like, I'm so tired of getting these stock suggestions where the ADR is, you know, 2%, 3%, 1%. Like, you shouldn't even be in these types of stocks if you're trading. It's too slow. You're never gonna make any money trading something like Starbucks. You want to be in the fast-moving stocks. Yeah, CrowdStrike, it's on my watch list. It looks good, but right now the markets are pulling back. So it's not triggering for now. But now, let's see here, yeah. Now it's time to be patient again. I got heavily long the past 2 sessions. Arnet. Arnet, that's a good setup. It's very thin, but if you have a small account, it's fine. This is a very good setup, guys. Arnet is a 5-star setup. That's a really good one. That's a good setup. Look at how nicely it's surfing the 20-day. Look at how beautiful it's surfing the 20-day. It had 2 tight range days, and today it's attempting a breakout. This is a very good setup. Do I think Nvidia is reaching back to what, 530? Who the hell knows? 530? But that's like, it hit 530 today. Dude, it's $5 from now. It could be at 530 in 2 minutes. Tupperware. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Yeah. That's what a good setup is supposed to do. This is a high tide flag, right? And the funny thing, it kind of closed weak on the breakout day, but there was a secondary breakout. Like, this was also a kind of a decent setup. You know, you had two decent setups. One was here, it closed weak though, and then other one was here. And yeah, holy shit, this thing didn't even pull back during the recent sell-off. This is what a good setup is supposed to do, ideally. Not always, obviously. But if you can catch a couple now and then, those are really gonna grow your accounts. And that's why you need to be in fast-moving stocks. Stocks that have an ADR of 5, 6, 7, 10 plus. You know, something like Starbucks. You're not gonna get a 70% move in a couple of weeks. It's just not gonna happen. Okay? This is a waste of time. These are the type of stocks you want to be in if you have a smaller account. That's how you grow your account, not being in slow stocks. Yeah, a lot of people got shaken out on Tupperware. I get why. I had a couple of friends trading this one too, because you had several breakout attempts. You had a breakout attempt here, you had one here, right? And then but you know, the key to look at is it kept building higher lows, And this is why you should never put the stock on a do not trade risk or whatever stupid stuff like that. You should keep stocking it, because as long as it's building higher lows, it's fine for a stock to fail. But what you want to see is higher lows, and that's exactly what happened on Tupperware. Sometimes, you know, getting stopped out of something a couple of times, as long as it's you know, it could be an even, it's usually an even better setup eventually, if it gets tighter, which Tupperware did. Like, I have some examples where I got stopped out a couple of times, and then the setup became even better, and then it went and made a big move. One was Beely. I think I traded it here, got stopped out. I think I traded it here, got stopped out, and then I rebought it, and finally, boom. Because it kept building higher lows, and boom, it went up 42% in a couple of weeks. There's several other ones, Livongo too. I got shaken out once or twice, and then, yeah, here. It attempted to break out here, I got stopped out. Attempted to break out here, I got stopped out. And then I rebought it here, and look at the move it made. It doubled. More than doubled. Went up 130% in like a month and a half. GSX. Yeah, GSX had a decent setup here. But I'm so afraid to trade this stock, since it has so many fraud allegations. You know, you could wake up one day and this stock doesn't, you know, open up trading because it's halted by the SEC. You know, I'm just so you know, this thing has been an insanely good trading stock. I did short it here on a parabolic setup, but I'm just too afraid to buy this thing. Like, it could end up like LK. No, LK. Yeah, you know. No, wait. LK. What's this lock in LKNCY, you know? One day you open up and it looks like this. Boom. That's your breakout, right? So I'm just too afraid. Some stocks, you know, they're just to be avoided. There's so many things to trade. You don't have to be in the ones where there's controversy, you know. There's thousands of stocks. You don't have to be in the ones that have fraud allegations and this and that and blah blah yada yada. You never know. GoGo? Yeah, decent looking setup. Yeah, absolutely. It's a decent looking setup. Like a 4-star setup. It's bouncing perfectly off the 10-day moving average. It's surfing it perfectly. Workhorse? Workhorse, you know, this thing had a breakout here and here. I passed on both of these, and also here. I passed on all three. And now it, you know, it did go. It kept building higher lows. It was very choppy. It never went up straight up. Even on this breakout here, I think you would have gotten stopped. Yeah, you would have gotten stopped out on this day here. So it's been a hard one. But yeah, I haven't been trading it though. The market's already fading. Oh, that's, you know, some market conditions such as yeah, Etsy is clearly, you know, it's already breaking below this, breaking lower. This is a classic bear flag. When you get, you know, it could have been a bullish setup too if it had shown relative strength that had broken out, but this thing showed relative weakness. During the market bounce the past few days, especially today, you know, this thing was red. Went red immediately out of the gate. CLSK. Nah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it looks okay. Bounce off the 50-day. Yeah, if it can go sideways a bit and then break out, it could be a good setup. It's getting tighter and tighter. It's getting really tight here. I'm gonna rewatch Tesla. If it starts breaking lower of a very, like if it fails on VWAP intraday, it's testing VWAP right now. If it fails here and starts losing that 433.50 area, 433.40 area, I'm gonna short some with a tight stop, just in case the markets pull back. I wanna have some you know, short exposure because I'm kind of heavily long and I don't want a big market pullback here. So it's gonna be a little bit like a hedge almost. STKL. Yeah, good looking setup. If you got it on the opening range highs. Like 720s maybe, that was the entry. 720s, 730s. Looks good, looks good. Had a good setup here, and this setup looks very similar. Just look at how nicely it kept surfing the 20-day, building higher lows, getting tighter, right? And now it says a breakout. This is a 5-star setup. Really good looking setup. Great work. And you know, you gotta have these things on your watch list, right? You gotta watch them, you know, before they break out. And as soon as they break out, you know, you wanna buy them as fast as possible. FDN. What am I looking at here? It's a very slow moving ETF. Dow Jones Internet Index. Oh shit, I missed Tesla. Oh, come on, I missed it. Yeah, now TQQs are starting to fade too. Now it's important to see which stocks hold up. Like you can clearly see which stocks are holding up. LAC, well, this is not market correlated really, but Roku is holding up kinda well. Plug is holding up. NIO is holding up really well. Beely is okay. Save is actually bouncing off the pullback, so that's nice. Never stopped me out. So now, yeah, Zillow is holding up. Nugget, the chain are fading. SC is fading a bit. Oh, it's tracking high beta stocks like the FANG stocks, or? So a lot of the weaker breakouts are taking out the lows of the day. Okay, something like D-Dog approaching the lows of the day. Net is already pretty much at the lows of the day. FSLR actually broke the lows of the day. Save is holding up. Viva is near the lows of the day. TTD is near the lows of the day. Plug is holding up well. Beely is holding up. Roku is holding up really well. So thankfully we got the most of the ones that are holding up. Square is pretty much at the highs of the day. Apps is looking strong. So there's a tail, you know, you want to be in the strongest ones. Except for UAL, all of my ones are holding up really well. The ones I bought. For now. Biotechs are still really strong. woozy. Yeah, it needs, you know, if it breaks out on volume, it could be a good setup. It's surfing the 50-day pretty nicely. It's relentlessly building higher lows. VSTO. Yeah, in a couple of days, absolutely. This thing had several really good breakouts. It had a good breakout here. This is a really nice looking one. And now, yeah, it's bouncing, undercut the 50-day. Look at how nicely it undercut and reclaimed, built higher lows. And now, you know, it has kind of a range here. So, yeah, in a few days, if it breaks out, could be good. Absolutely. Camping World. Yeah, pulled back and holding, yeah. BNTX. BNTX had a good setup 2 days ago. Kind of bounced off the rising 150-day, and then it took out the range here, so it was a pretty decent setup. This BNTX keeps having good news flow. Like they keep getting a bunch of funding. Like today they got a bunch of funding from the German Federal Ministry of Education and Research. They got some funding. Yeah, they got a contract with Japan to supply 120 million doses. They had a agreement with U.S. government for up to 600 million doses. They have some pretty good news flow. But again, as always, setups trump everything else. The news flow doesn't matter if you don't have a setup. New one had a good setup here. Had a good setup here, but this one didn't work out, obviously. App. I don't. There's no such thing as apps. Pen. Yeah, this one just keeps going. Taiwan. I already know this thing has a low ADR. But yeah, the setup is really good. This is exactly what you shouldn't be trading this thing. It's just way too slow. But the setup is really good. This is a good find. And again, you know, you have to be on it early. Like sub 82 was the entry on this thing. But yeah, it's a 5-star setup. Really, really good. This is what you wanna. This is the type of stocks you wanna find. But you obviously want a higher ADR. 5+ is what you should be looking for. But this is a 5-star setup. No. Guys, watch the swing trading videos. Type exclamation mark YouTube. You know the sell rules. It's all there. PLNHF. Yeah, maybe setup if it can take out the highs of the day. Could be a setup. It's relentlessly building higher lows, and it's it's building a range here. It's getting tighter and tighter. Zoom bear flag. I wouldn't say it's a bear flag, but I think it's a good probability it pulls back to the 20-day. If it loses the 10-day, next support is a 20-day. But so far it's showing a lot of strength. It's just relentlessly surfing the 10-day, relentless buying on this thing. It's just relentless buying in this stock. It's unbelievable. Okay, look. Oh, NIO just took out highs of the day. What would entry be on apps opening range highs? Apps? You mean 20? No. Apps, the entry was low 26s was the entry. That was the opening range highs. Low 26. Or actually, if you looked at the 1 minute chart, there was an entry here, but you would have gotten stopped out if you used the 1 minute opening range highs. But if you used the 5 minute, then it was, this 2016's area. That was the entry. You gotta get into them as soon as possible, just as they start breaking out. Sometimes, the fail rate, if you use the 1 minute opening range highs, the fail rate is gonna be a bit higher. The 5 minute and the 60 minute have higher win rates, but the problem is sometimes you gotta chase, pay up a lot. So there's pros and cons with every time frame. Pros and cons. I have a lot of alerts set. I have hundreds of alerts. I usually set them on the range breaks. Nautilus. There's no setup here. This thing had a great setup here. This is a 5-star setup, another 5-star setup, another 5-star setup, and then it had kind of a setup here when it bounced off the 50-day. But there's no setup here. Where's the tightness? I use all of them. I use the 1, 5, and 60. How do you set up the line drawing shortcut? You mean this one? Or what do you mean? You just draw a line by drawing your mouse pointer and then you click the space bar twice. That's how you get the line. RRR, yeah, good looking. This is a good looking setup. I like it. Surfing the 20-day, it held up really well during the recent correction, and now it's about to break out. How do you decide which time frame? You can use all of them. You can do a starter on the 1-minute breakout, add on the 5, and add more on the 60-minute breakout. I use all 3 of them. But again, the fail rate on the 1 minute is usually higher. But if you use the 1 minute, sometimes you can get in really, really early. Vimy, this is an old pump stock, right? Yeah, this is an old pump stock. I don't know. It looks just I don't really like it. I see what you see here. It's taking out the range, but I don't know. Not really my type of. It kind of lost its momentum. It's just too random. BE, if BE had a setup, no, I want to see more tightness usually. Like when we bought it here, it was tight for several days before the breakout, but now it's kind of loose. Yesterday and day before were very loose days, so I usually want some tightness. LHCG. It's a slower type of stock, but yeah, this setup looks decent. Yeah, it looks decent. It's probably not gonna make a huge move because it's a bit of a slower name, but yeah, looks okay. All right, guys. Thinking about cutting the stream. Just don't see that much to do here. Let's see what if the markets you know, shape up later. Maybe more things are gonna attempt to break out. For now, we clearly saw which ones held, you know, showed relative strength on the intraday pullback. That was NIO. That was Roku held up really well. Beely held up well. Plug, well, Plug is really, yeah, Plug so-so. And Save didn't stop me out either. That was amazing, since UAL and AAL went both red on the day. So I guess Save is showing some relative strength in the airline sector. And now Chainug and Nugget are bouncing. That's nice. SC is still kind of weak. And DraftKings is just a champion. This thing has been on its own planet for a while. Something like Viva, not really looking that great. It's hanging out near the lows. FSLR hanging out near the lows. Net hanging out near the lows. And D-Dog. These are like not great. And TTD also hanging out near the lows. Those are not great. And Square is just a champion. Oh man. I put my whole account in this thing, in my imaginary account, on the 1 minute opening range highs. Guys, I went all in on margin, 146.55 in my imaginary account. Just so you know. My imaginary account, it's twice the size of all of my accounts. And I went all the full out margin in this one. Exactly. In my paper account. Oh man. Yeah, it's even better than a paper account. What's your average on your portfolio earnings? Earnings wise, you mean my returns? My returns have been 300% or a little bit over 300% per year since 2013, pre-tax and pre-expenses. A little bit over 200% after tax and after expenses. That's how you go from a few $1,000s to tens of millions. You gotta aim for big returns. If you're trading and happy for, getting 50% per year, you're doing it wrong. You should aim for multiple 100% per year, at least. Especially have a smaller account. Do you compound account? What do you mean compound account, weekly or monthly? I have no idea about my weekly numbers. I only care about the annual returns. Everything else is noise. Walmart, guys, if you want to invest in this thing, sure, but come on, ADR 3%, it's just not, and there's no setup here either. The fuck is... my cat is on my keyboard. Come on. The hell is this? Grammarly? What is this thing? How do I remove this thing? I have no idea what the thing is. No, I haven't funded my account since 2012 or so. It's all organic growth. In the first couple of years, I funded my account several times, and since 2012 or maybe early 2013, I haven't funded it once. Wait, Qs are hitting new lows? Again, key is to see which stocks are holding up the best. That's really the key. We can already see, Plug is kind of fading. Beely holding up. Roku is kind of fading. Has my cat ever fat fingered trade? Thankfully not. Yes, I am using margin a lot of the time. I do have a restriction on US ETFs in my Interactive Brokers account, since that one is based in Europe. I thought there was, I thought I opened a US account, but they kind of automatically put you in the UK, even if you open a US account, which is kind of annoying. So in that one I can't trade US ETFs, but my main broker is Centerpoint, and that's a US broker, so there's no restriction on American ETFs. Yeah, semiconductors are a very strong group. They really are. AMD is setting up for later this week, bouncing off the 50-day. And it's kinda starting to build higher lows if you pay attention. Do you track my setups? What do you mean, do I track my setups? Tesla is holding up well. Ah, my gold names are fading more. This is the worst type of market. When you have a lot of good setups that trigger and then a market fails. That's the worst market ever for a swing trader like me. Like when the market is in free fall, that's really easy. You don't get any setups. And obviously I do trade some other setups, but you know, when you get good setups and the market kind of runs into resistance, that's always a little bit tricky. Yeah, it's a choppy environment, you know. Since March lows, we've been really spoiled. This is the biggest market rally in at least since second quarter 2009. So we've been really spoiled, like easiest trading environment ever. And now, you know, it's getting hard again. It's getting tougher. You have to work for your money. Oh, TTT taking out lows. We really haven't had to work that hard past 6 months. And now you kind of have to work hard. Square. Jesus Christ. This thing is, they just can't bring it down. You mean like the numbers on my... No, I don't really track the performance on my different setups. I really don't. I probably should. But really, you know, I don't. If I see a good setup that I know works, I trade it, and I don't really track them. But I probably should do it, but just don't have the time or energy. Well, every time you just, that's, you know, you should always keep track of the market. You can never leave the market. You can never leave. If you want to be a successful trader, you can't really leave the market. I really don't think you can. Now, obviously, you don't have to trade all the time, but you always have to kind of track the market. You never know. You never know when the next big rally starts. You never know. CRNC, did someone mention this thing? No, I saw it on Twitter. This one looks okay. I would have preferred more tightness before this breakout though. Wow, NNOX keeps going lower. Holy shit. Citron, wow, they had juice on this one. I had it as a short setup yesterday, but I stopped tracking it when I saw it gap down. But I guess opening range lows was the trade on this thing. And then it had a fade late day also. It tried to rally, failed at VWAP, and then it took out this intraday lows and faded into the close. Too bad it opened red on the day. If it had just gapped up a little bit, that would have been, then I would have been all over it. EQ, I don't really see anything here. It has some volume right now. I don't know why, but I not really a good setup in my opinion. Yeah, TSM looks great. 5-star setup, but a little bit of a slow stock. So no one should have got anything there in their screens. ADR of only 2.3. CWH, I don't know. Is there a setup? If you think there's a setup here, you know, you should review my swing trading school. Oh, my gold related names are going down. Man, gold is totally crapping here. Silver too. Or silver is not crapping, but gold is. Fit? No, wait. Farfetch? Yes, it's in my watch list. I think it is. It's kinda building higher lows for now. A 30-minute ban? Yeah, could be a good idea. Here, I don't think there's a setup here. MGM? Oh, wow! Yeah! This is a good looking one. Looks good. I like this one. I like how you undercut the 20-day, reclaimed, you know, and it's been kept building higher lows, and then it has a range here, and today's breaking out. I really like it. Looks good. It's a very good looking clean chart. iPop, yes, it's on my... Yes, I have seen it. Zillow is showing some really good relative strength. Again, I've been in this thing for since this day here. I sold a bunch, and then I added back yesterday. It did close weak yesterday, unfortunately, but today it's showing some really good strength, taking out yesterday's highs. It undercut the 20-day. It started building higher lows. Preferably, it would have been better if this day would have been tighter, but yeah, it still looked really good. Just higher lows all the way. And guys, it's the same patterns over and over again. There's no need to rocket science this thing. You don't need to pretend you're some kind of a genius to make tens of millions in the markets. You really don't. Just very simple setups over and over again. And when you don't get setups, then you have to be patient. That's the key. Would you still trade nickel? Are you asking me? With everything that's going on here, especially with the SEC news today, that's you know no, this thing shouldn't be traded overnight at least. You trust Luckin Coffee more than Trevor? Yeah, I think a lot of people do. Wait. Oh man. Where the hell is my phone? Are you kidding me? My cat is on my phone. I can't reach my phone, so you kind of have to live with the alarm. My fat cat is lying on my phone. Oh, fuck's sake. Come on. Can I get my phone? Okay. That's just perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, apps, damn, I wish I'd bought it. It was a bit too thin for me. But yeah, it's going. That's a 5-star setup for you, you know? Higher lows all the way. 5-star setup. Tesla, oh man, I hope this thing has an enormous run up so we can get a good short here. Because this short here, I don't know the exact amount, I haven't looked it up, but it was probably like 1.5 million for me. It was one of my biggest trades ever. If not my biggest trade ever. Tesla is just the most amazing trading stock in the history of the world. Can't believe it. It's high priced, it's ultra liquid, and it's just so good for technical traders. Like the setups are so good. And now it's all about. I wish I had, you know, switched to the long side, but you know, you can't get it all. It's so hard to switch from one side to the other. I've always struggled with it. Yeah, I do have to look it up. Because I don't know exactly how much I made on it. Like I make a lot of trades, and some just turn out to be, you know, home runs. It's not like I keep track of every trade all the time. Well, that's an easy one. Build quality. I hate to say it, but the build quality in Teslas are just, it's just so shitty. I don't even where to start. It was like buying a, I don't know, like something made in India. It just didn't feel like a premium car. That's why I chose BMW. But I do want an electric car. Next car is gonna be electric. Exactly, because yeah. Porsche. Yeah, I looked at the Taycan. That's a nice car, but it's too small. What am I gonna do with just a small car? I need an SUV, so I can drive around my fat cat. Are you from? Wait. I know the city. Wait. It's wait. I know which city you're in. It's wait. It's it ends in Berg, right? No, not Berlin. Or are you in United States or in Germany? Because there's also a factory in United States. It's something. It ends with Berg. Spartanburg. Yes, thank you. I knew it, or at least I knew the 4 last letters. Nürburgring. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna do one more scan and then I'll probably cut the stream because it's no point in streaming watching paint dry. I got some solid entries and hopefully you guys got them too. Some of the stocks, some of the 5-star and 4-star setups that broke out today. And now it's all about waiting, you know. You don't make money by trading, you make money by waiting. That's how you get rich, waiting for the opportunities. NIO, save and apps, okay. I hope you bought NIO yesterday. But yeah, save was the one that didn't stop me out. And now it's at the highs of the day almost. And the apps was also really good. And now we hope for follow through. You didn't get NIO yesterday? Because the breakout was yesterday, not today. Okay. Well, as long as you got it like opening range highs, 1920s, I guess it's fine. David is waiting for our stops and save. Yeah, that was a close one for me. And Roku was also really close. After I bought it, it immediately pulled back and was like a couple of pennies away from stopping me out. And now it's kind of pulling back again. We'll see. We'll see what it does. Tesla, highs of the day, what a beast. This bounce, is it weak or strong? I mean, what do you mean? Bounce today, so far intraday, or the past 3 sessions? I think it's been a pretty decent bounce. Past 3 sessions. Look, we got an undercut of the 50-day. The first test of the 50-day in what? In a long time. And now we bounce back up to this, upper end of the range. Right into the 10-day. So we'll see how we act here. If we can go sideways here and then reclaim the 10 and 20-day, that would be great. But we could also fail. That's, we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. All we can do is, trade the good setups and hope for the best. That's all we can do. Alright guys, thanks for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck everyone.